Well, hello guys, welcome to another episode, another adventure. We are back at Lane Poole Reserve again, but this time we are at Bay 6 of Charlie's Flat. A bit more spread out in this one, just off to my side here I've got my swag, and it was in the shade of course, I always get that wrong. But yeah, bit of room behind me, a bit of room, like everywhere. The car is about 5 metres there. I can't bring the car next to me with this one. They've got bollards there, so can't bring it in. Got I don't know if you can see it just off to the side there, the stove. But yeah, here we are, all set up. Would have done a bit of a time lapse there for the setup. Not as hot today. Well, they say what, 27 to 28 degrees. Not too bad. I guess the class is warm. Yeah, 2 nights here. If I survive. We'll do one night and we'll see how we'll go. If you've watched the last time I was at Lane Poole, two gripes. The one was the noisy kids and the flies. Hopefully I've combated the flies this time. Nature's Botanical. It's a personal insect repellent in a cream format. Apparently it's really good. So many people have said you've got to do this one, use this item. So first thing I did this time, I've been well prepared, is I got out and I've put it all over my exposed area. So I've just rubbed hordes of it. So my legs are completely covered, my arms, around my neck. I must say, I think it works. Like I've had the odd fly flying around, but they haven't landed on me. No March flies at all yet. Yeah, this adventure is about, once again, coming back to nature. Already had a visit from a few magpies and parrot of some sort. I can't remember what they're called. So that was a good start. And one thing I'm going to be doing this camp, because I'm here all day tomorrow and obviously tomorrow night as well, I thought, what am I going to do all day? I can't just sit here completely. So I've gone and bought something, and I'll show you guys that in a minute for my entertainment. But the problem is, I thought Charlie's Flat, the river was right there, like off to that side, but it doesn't look like the river's that close. So yeah, I'm gonna have to find out how to get to because there's no walk path. There's no path from my camp to the water's edge. I think it's somewhere else. Anyway guys, I'm gonna, as always, have my lunch, have a drink, settle in for a bit, and we might go do an explore. Go find out how close that river is. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. Well, here we are guys, just had me lunch. Once again, call me gripey, but I'm sick of saying it, but I'm doing these camps for peace and quiet, to get into nature. And this seems like the perfect place to do so. But I just can't deal with the noise that isn't nature. I need to go to some place where it's away from other people. But I choose Lane Poole because it's so close. Something so beautiful and amazing is so close, yet it's ruined by other people. This is so disappointing. But anyway, enough of that. I'm going to show you guys what I went and bought. We've got a boat. Little Intex Challenger 2, I think it's called. It says 2 adults, but I doubt it's going to hold 2 adults, and I'm only 1 adult, so it should be more than enough. The reason I got my little inflatable boat is so I can go for a little paddle on the river. Because like I said before, I'm not much of a swimmer. Paddling a boat somewhere might be a bit of fun, so we'll pump that up at some stage and go suss it out. And of course I'll bring you guys along for the ride. But we'll go for a walk in a moment to go find out where is the river from here and can I take my boat. Rightio, we're going to go for a walk. Going to go back down the entrance. I heard Bay 1 has river access, but that's right down the other end. If I'm Bay 6, I'm in the middle. I think it's another booked out campground again. This one seems more close knit too, like you're more surrounded by the trees. This one doesn't seem as open as all the other camps. Oh, Tony's Bend for example. So I got one there, no one's in it yet. That's pretty squishy by the looks of it. That'd be 4, I think it is. Yeah, it's Bay 4. Bay 3, not too bad. Oh, are you kidding me? Geez, decent space here. Could have backed the car in. Oh, and there's river access right here. Oh no, there's not. No, never mind. It's a fence. But yeah, there's a river down there. I've just got to find a way to get to it. Ah, there's something down there. I'm going to find out how to get that way. That's the other problem also, is I hope this river access isn't through somebody's camp. Oh, hold on. Here we go. Sign is saying here. Okay, cool. Okay, so there's a camp there, but it's not taking us through their camp. That worked out well. Proper path this time. Oh, excellent. Look at that. Not bad at all. I think that'll do real well. Now, the thing I need to watch out for with my boat is all the submerged stuff. Because last thing I need is a puncture and for it to be sinking. And the problem is, there's lots of submerged stuff. Wow. Like, yeah, in here looks like a problem. Just got to avoid those two things sitting there. But other than that, it looks like it'd be pretty cool. I was liking through here. How nice is this part? Nice and shaded. Nice and breezy. Definitely a better entrance to the waterside than Tony's Bend. Yeah. That was actually pretty nice out here. What's good about it? I'm the only one here in this part, and there's no noise. It's just the breeze through the trees, the birds and the insects. Speaking of insects too, I think this Nature's, whatever it's called, cream that I put on for insect repellent must be working wonders, because I've had no March flies, just the odd few pesky flies flying around. But other than that, it hasn't been too bad. Well guys, I think what I'll do is we'll go back and we'll go pump my boat up. We'll go do some boating, hopefully in here, and hopefully won't have any mishaps. Righto guys, we're going to do a bit of an unboxing of the boat. Make sure, well, I've already checked that everything's here, but we're going to get it out. And we're going to inflate a boat. So there is boat. Got rope, apparently it goes around the outside of the boat. And we've got a little pump. Now, this pump comes with it, and apparently they're okay-ish, but I've bought an electric one that plugs into my cigarette lighter if it's going to be too much of a pain in the ass to blow up. But we'll give this a go anyway. See how good it is. Part of the review, I guess. Get that. Put that aside. Okay, so we got instructions, which nobody reads. A few patches. Thought there'd be more than two. No, it looks like we're going to get two. And a little ruler thing. It's got 5 centimetres and 10 centimetres. Now, from what I gather, what I saw when I watched the video online, this, you line up against a mark on the boat and you pump it up, and when those marks match, your boat is at its optimum inflation rate. Right, let's bring forth a boat. Now, these are pretty big. Wow. Okay, we've got a bit more room now for boat. Now, this is going to be like a sleeping bag. Once you unfold it and take it out of the box, it's probably not going to go back in the bloody box again. God, this thing's huge. I didn't realise how big it was. Now, this is a three chamber boat, from what I understand. Got the inside, which is a floor, the inner hull, and the outer hull. Let's put my back into it and get some pumping going, and get tangled up in everything. Okay, so number one first. Here we go, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so we need this one first. Plug it in there. You know what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm not going to expect you guys to watch me pump this bloody thing up. I'll turn the camera back on once she's inflated. Other than the noise going on behind me, this pump is okay for the base. But for the inner hull and the outer hull, I'm going electric because that's taking a hell of a long time. Anyway, back shortly. Well guys, boat is inflated. Pretty cool. I think I've got it to the right pressure. Feels pretty firm. Inside seems alright. Anyway, I'll attach the rope, you don't need to see all that. Guess the next time you'll see me, we'll be by the water. Well, here we go. I'm in the boat. I just realised I thought it was more shaded over the water, but it's not. So I'm in the direct sun and my legs are just burning so bad. So I'm trying to just stay in the shaded spots while also dodging all the sticks and logs and whatever else is below me. So I don't want to puncture. But wow, that sun's got some bite. Anyway guys, I'm not going to film too much of this because I'm literally just drifting around. Happy to come out here and just have a paddle around. So yeah, I guess I'll talk to you guys soon. I'm still out here paddling. A way to hold your boat in place. Perfect little bit of wood there. Just holding onto it with the oar. But yeah, this is my view. Got in over here, this part here. And yeah, just looking around. Very nice and peaceful out here. Just me and nature. And a bit of drifting around on the water. Just trying to stay in the shade as much as possible though, because yeah, the sun's got some bite. And as always, dumbass me didn't put any sun cream on. Very nice guys. Sorry I'm not doing much filming. I thought of like, oh ways, how could I attach the camera to the boat here? But I didn't bring the clamp. I could have brought the clamp with me, I guess, and put on the oar. I'm not using the oar things. But yeah, not bad little spot. I can't really go far. Like there's some fallen logs at either end. So I don't know how far upriver you can go. And it's kind of hard. I'm trying to paddle and look what's in the water so to not hit any sticks or logs. Because I don't want a sinking boat. Good little purchase this one. What is it, $89 at Anaconda for a boat? Can't complain. Fair enough, I'm not swimming, but I'm out on the water, so I'm doing something anyway instead of just sitting at camp. Whereas all I can hear out here is birds and insects in the trees, the wind through the trees. I haven't got the microphone on either. At least the camera is waterproof, but the microphone isn't. But anyway, I'm going to keep going for a little paddle. Talk to you guys soon. Well, going for a walk. I think it's time to be a bit honest. I don't think I'm going to last 2 days here. I'm going to be straight out with it. I think it's like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. And already I'm just not feeling it. Like, it was nice to go for a little paddle, you know, set up camp, the usual stuff. There's many factors why I'm not feeling it. Again, I've got a headache, and last time I had a headache, it was Dryandra, and I had to cut it short because I ended up with bloody heat exhaustion. I can't say I've been sitting in the heat. I like plenty of shade. And okay, I was in the heat for a little bit while I was paddling the boat around. I was quick to find shade, so I don't think that's the problem. Probably do have to drink a bit more fluids, but the reason I feel like I'm not feeling it is because I'm too close to everyone else. I'm going to be dead honest with it. Like I said, I'm honest on this channel. I'm going to say it how it is. And for me, it's too noisy. Like Tony's Bend, there was a decent gap between me and everyone else. And I chose Bay 6 at Charlie's Flat because I thought there'd be a nice gap between me and everyone else. But it seems like, 10 metres away, there's a whole group of people. And they're just talking loudly. Now they start to play music. I don't know. It just, I know that happens. I've been to campsites before when I was camping before with people, and yeah, there's noise around. If it isn't screaming kids carrying on, which funnily enough the ones that were from earlier have gone out somewhere. They're still here, but their campsite's still here, but they're not. But now it's the people next to me on the other side making all this noise, and I'm just like, because of that, I feel like I just can't deal with it. I really just cannot deal with it. I do these solo camps to get out to nature for peace and quiet. I'm sick of rattling on it. I'm always rattling on about it, you know, nature and peace and quiet, but just to get away from everybody else. I don't know, guys. Again, I feel disappointed. I don't know why. I don't know why I booked 2 nights. I really didn't. 2 nights should be for a campsite I know is good. So far, I feel mixed with Charlie's Flat. Like, it's a nice little campground, quiet. Nice little campground. Pretty secluded in that sense. Like plenty of nature around. I don't know, guys. It really is tough. Again, I don't know how people deal with it. Okay, when you're with a group of people, it's different. You're distracted, I guess. But because it's just me and I'm solo, it's like I thought it'd be something I could deal with, but I just can't. For some reason, I don't know how, maybe in due time, but for now, I just can't get my head around it. I just cannot deal with so much noise from everybody else. Oh, found another track. Wonder where this one leads. Maybe we found another river access. Oh, okay, I have 2. Not very prepared again, because I took off my shoes to go paddling. I've only got my thongs on now, and that's not very good for bushwalking. Pretty steep entrance, this one. Better be careful not to slip over on the gravel. A lot of loose gravel on these steps. Oh wow, pretty steep, isn't it? I suppose over time the water just erodes the banks. You can kind of see where the water would be again. Well, this is a nice little area. It's just down from where I was. I just don't know if I can access it. But you can see in winter where the water level would be. Up here. So it's dropped like 3 or 4 metres. As for a hike, I don't know. Don't think I'll go as bush bashy as I did in the last video. Still curious to know what's around though. But yeah, they say this is like a canoeing spot. Maybe when the water is further up, probably be good to access. But for now, there's a bit of a drop to get in. Unless you go down the stairs there. As soon as I get away from the noise of people, it's peaceful. I'm really starting to think 1 night camps are ideal. Unless I find a really good camp spot, then maybe 2 nights would be fair enough. But seeing as I'm still in the early stages of figuring out campsites, or where I want to stay properly, I should just really stick to 1 day, 1 night. Anyway, I'm going to make my way back to camp. I guess if something interesting happens, I'll speak to you guys then.